begin by asking you both sort of about the daunting task of condensing all the stories in the Bible into one 10-hour miniseries. What did you want to make sure you got in there? What did you have to, unfortunately, leave out?
Well, there was no way in 10 hours to do the whole Bible. And so we had two choices. Try and do most of the stories in very short form, or do less stories, but really emotionally connect. And the choice was easy. Emotional connection was it. And then we chose to do 5 hours Old Testament, 5 hours New Testament, and chose the story of Daniel in the lion's den as the Jews are released from Babylon back to Jerusalem as the bridge, because remember, Daniel prophesies that the fourth beast is coming. And no one could imagine, how could anything be worse than the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Persians? But of course, God is always right. Daniel was spoken to by God, and he prophesied the Romans. And it was that transition which allowed for the birth of Christ, which was the transition in the middle of the series. And it went on to Revelation and back to creation.
Perfect. So you were able to really figure out a great way to sort of bridge the two stories.
Yeah, and I think really in some ways we started in the middle so that we could then, you know, we could figure out, we knew we wanted to end up in Revelation. We knew we were beginning in Genesis. That was our commitment to give it a grand meta-narrative from beginning to end. Our opening also was something that we studied and really wanted to be dynamic and exciting, reach out through the television screen and draw the audience in immediately. And we decided that we would begin with the storm and the story of Noah in the ark. And this epic storm, this tiny little boat being flung around. And inside the ark, Noah is telling his family the story of creation to calm them down in the storm. And so it was a great creative entry point. Through his storytelling, we're able to go back in a series of amazing montages and bring forth creation and this amazing first 10-minute opening, which will be on this Sunday night, March 3rd.
Excellent. Well, and Roma, I know you play Mother Mary in the film. Is this your greatest role?
Oh, certainly. It was such a privilege for me to step into the role. I hadn't planned to play any part. To be honest, I went over to Morocco with my producer's hat firmly on my head, but I'm so glad that I did. I have loved the Blessed Mother my whole life, and to get to step into the part, all I could do really was to bring my own experience as a mother. I wanted to be able to tell the story, to see the story through a mother's heart, and to see it through a mother's eyes. And it was really a great privilege.
If you look behind you in our home here, look at that picture there. That's Roma at playing Mary at the foot of the cross. You know, and the way that we've shown the crucifixion and the whipping of Jesus through the mother's eyes and the feeling of his mother, I think was a very interesting way to connect.
Through the whole series, we wanted to make sure that we made those emotional connections. Yes, there's scale. It's epic. It's, you know, it's got everything you'd imagine. Moses parting the Red Sea and the walls of Jericho come tumbling down, Daniel with the lions and so on. But we also knew that we wanted to relate. The people could make the emotional connections. It's a human story. The stories, yes, are thousands of years old, but the feelings these people had, the struggles they had, the hopes and the fears that they had are the same things that we're dealing with today. We wanted these stories to be relatable. We also wanted the characters to look authentic and realistic. You know, so many Bible movies from our childhood, everybody looked like they stepped out of the dry cleaners, didn't they? So we wanted this to have a realistic feeling, to be gritty, but I think most importantly that we would emotionally connect, whether it was through the excitement of the big epic parts or the poignancy of the intimate relationship stuff.
Thank you so much. It was great getting to talk to you, and what a beautiful home. Thank you for inviting me into it.